dressed up. In today's video, I've got a drawer full of, you guessed it, fishing gear. I don't have a lot of stuff. I have a lot more stuff in the shed, but I'm not going outside right now. I have a bunch that I brought in from my car and that I've had in my spare bedroom closet inside of my old military trunk. So yeah, I put it in this drawer that's inside my room, which is kind of funny now that I think about it. I have a fishing gear drawer in my bedroom. But you know what? Nobody sleeps in here with me, so I'm gonna have a fishing gear drawer in my bedroom, all right? And that's okay. So, a lot of this stuff came from Korea, and then the rest of it's just from Walmart in Mississippi. So, I don't know, figured I'd just talk about some stuff and make some sounds with some stuff. So this is from just a fishing pole combo kit that I got from that Walmart in Mississippi in Ocean Springs or Biloxi. It's one of those. I think it's Ocean Springs. It's a, where's it at? A Zebco product. So the pole, I believe, was or is 7 feet long, and came with this kit. It was like $55 total. This is when I went and visited my buddy, just to have a good time. And I was like, dude, let's go fishing. Didn't bring a pole, go to Walmart, buy a pole. So the kit comes with some pretty basic stuff, just what you need to get started, aside from actual lures. So you have your leads right here. My fingernails are gross, I need to cut them, sorry. My fingernails grow so fast. I feel like I cut my fingernails literally every other day. It's so annoying. Anybody else like that? Anyways, these are leaders, and this is a very, so this attaches to the line right here, and then you have put a hook right here with your bait, and then it goes down, and then you put another hook right here with your bait, and then the very end one, you put your weight, which is usually a triangle weight, which looks like this right here. So this is a lead triangle weight that is actually used. You see it's bent up. I have to wash my hands pretty good after touching lead. But yeah, here's I don't know, is this a 2 ounce weight? You see there's a 2 right there. And then there's another 2 ounce weight that goes over your line. This is an oval 2 ounce weight. I like that sound. This is a nice solid tap. And then there's some dividers that come in the box itself, so you can kind of divide it how you want as like a mini tackle box, which is, I guess, is okay. It's nice. Oops. And then you have some more rigs. I just call them leaders. I guess I don't know. It's got a spot, it's got a hook and a spot for a weight. So you tie these onto your actual fishing line and then throw them out there. So there's some pretty simple. That is a humongous hook. Like, that's giant. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen my fish that I caught when I was down there. And I literally caught it on this tiny hook. Okay, I got a 40 plus pound fish on this little one. So you really, for something like that, I mean, that's gigantic. I don't even, a shark, like a Jack Crevalle maybe, I don't know. But you can get away with, you can catch a big fish on a small hook like that. These are just some more swivels. You know, you can put hooks on here. These are loops, and then they unhook, and then you slide a hook on it, and you lock it back in place. I'm not like a huge fishing gearhead, I guess you could say. I mean, I like it, but I like simple. I want to get to the water and just be able to unhook my pole and toss it in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do all this nonsense. Different types of rigs or whatever. I want to tie this to the end of my line. I want to put hooks and bait and a weight on there. I want to throw it out, stick my pole in the sand, and sit back and wait for it to bend. That's how I like to fish, in the ocean at least. Now, if it's freshwater, I like to have a spinnerbait, because you're not catching as many fish, I feel like, in freshwater as you are in the ocean, because it's a bit more temperamental, based on temperature or the type of bait and the type of species that's, whether they're spawning or whether they're, guarding the nests or whatever, you know what I mean? What type of day it is. Did it rain? The ocean's not really, from my experience, the ocean's not really like that. The ocean is always hungry. But here's just some more. These are called snell hooks. I don't know, it's just a different bend as opposed to this bend. You see, it's kind of, also, these hooks are massive. It's got a different bend to it, though. Snells on some thick leaders. Here's some more hooks. Also pretty substantial hooks. Those are pretty substantial. I think I actually bought separate hooks on that trip. I don't have the pole with me because it's, like I said, 7 feet long. But it's like a baby blue pole from Walmart. It's nothing special. I think it's 17-pound monofilament line, like 17-pound test, which makes it even, all the more crazy that I caught that gigantic fish on 17-pound test line. But I did have a leader, which was like this, and I can't remember how much it increases, like, the strength of the line, like to what degree. I was told by, there's Thomas outside, he's hunting. I was told by a charter, like a captain of a boat, not a ship, a boat, of a fishing boat, that Oh, I see. He's looking at the squirrel on the tree. That, you know, if you have a 10-pound test line, but then your leader is 100 pounds, like it can hold up 100 pounds, then that takes stress off the actual line. I don't know how true any of that is, but anyways, this is kind of silly because it's literally trash, but just memories, you know. I don't know what that says in Korean, but I got all this stuff from a shop in Korea. So free advertisement for these guys, I guess. But I kept that. I actually just pulled all the stuff out of it, so got some stuff like little weights, and I think it's so cool, like, just to have stuff. I think that's in Japanese. That's Japanese. Yozuri quality tackle. Yeah, that's Japanese. Size 3B. Yeah, made in Japan. But this was from a Korean fishing shop. I couldn't find like actual big pyramid weights like the ones I showed you in here. They didn't have them because we were too far away from the ocean, I guess. Here's another type of leader. These are interesting because I don't think in that shop I could find a plastic one. So they have these metal ones. They're very strong. And you tie that end to your fishing line, and it's just essentially like, I don't know if it's stainless steel, I'm assuming it's steel. And then you put the bait, and I don't think there's a spot for the weight. So, yeah, there's that. These are in Korean. I almost don't even want to take them out. I just, oh, I see. You put the weight on this right here. So it's showing like you put the weights right there. But, I don't know anything that it says on here. I don't know what brand it is. Apparently it's the 2020 upgraded version. I guess that's up for debate, depending on who you ask. I think this is also a Japanese, yeah, made in China with Japanese writing on it. This is Merry Magic Jip Rockfish Jig Head. 5-gram glow, so it's glow in the dark, by a company called Tillix. And that is what they look like right there. So a jig head is basically a hook. You see the hooks on the other side there that have weights on them. So you would typically, that looks like the eye of a fish. You basically would put, you know, as an example, a grub. You put the hook through the grub, and it looks like a little bait fish or something like that, and it's glow in the dark, so it attracts them. So there's those. And then I'll just bring these back out. These are by Waterman Fishbites. Tiny and hyper. It's always funny, like the English that they put on these packages. Just feel it. Sensitive. That's what she said. Tiny and hyper is really funny to me. You can see on the back, it's got the diagram for how you're supposed to put the jig head through it. See how it kind of just looks like a little fish now? And then you pull it along, and it has that swimming tail. This is a Korean bait. It says field tested, unique design, real life action. Hyper tiny grub. 12 pieces. And it looks like maybe a rockfish and a pike and a snakehead on the front. I'm not sure if that's correct, but right here, the little fishies. That's a nice crinkle too. And this was 2001, which I think was roughly like $2 or $3 at the time. I think, I don't know. Here's another one from Korea by Waterman again, Fishbite. These are called Salty Bullets. These remind me of the American, they're called blood tubes. This is another soft bait. They're a lot bigger and they're salty, I guess. So they have like a smell and a taste to them. Fishbite Soft Lure is produced by Top Quality Plastics for Waterman Worldwide Sales Network in cooperation with Waterman Advanced Engineering and Stringent Quality Level. It is made of hypersoft plastic material with natural color and fish-attracting odor, as well as impregnated salt. Its uniquely engineered shape permits every fisherman to give it a real-life action with simple retrieve, jerking, jiggling, falling, and so on for all fishing game. It is good for a dead slow retrieve too. So these are unopened. I never found a use case for them in Korea, I guess. But there they are. The American version blood tubes. The ones that I like are like a glittery white. They have like it's a white lure with kind of like a black speckle and metallic speckle. Here's some more jig heads from Super Strong Impact. Right there. I think it's like 3/8 of an ounce or 10.7 grams. And then these are from Mississippi. These are the weights that I was showing you earlier, the 2-ounce weights, called bullet weights, pyramid sinkers. That's a nice crinkle. Hey, Sam's Club, where's my order? I'm hungry. Sorry, totally random. But I'm so hungry. Here's another Waterman Korean lure. This is a spinner bait. It's called Sniper Spin. And it's got 2 spinners on it. And it's a really beautiful blue color. See, these are the spinners right here. That spins, and that spins around the length of this. So this falls down here and starts spinning. Actually, I don't know if it falls. It might be fixed. Yeah, it's fixed. So that spins at the top, and this spins trailing behind. Fish comes up, and there's the hook, covered by this kind of rooster tail is what I would call it. So I love these spinner baits. You tie it to the line right here. Oh, it fell out. It's kind of broken, I guess. I want to leave it in there though. I might use that eventually in freshwater. But I would not use this in the ocean. It's not heavy enough. This was 5,001. The Waterman Sniper Spin. It looks like a cool lure. I've used them in freshwater before. There's more jig heads, same as earlier. I'm not going to show those again. Let's see. I don't know why I bought this. Here's a tiny jig. Angler's Craft Tungsten Head Tiny Jig. This is the 3-gram weight, and it's like a golden yellow with this pretty small hook on there. A nice metallic fleck throughout the rooster tail. This was 4,000 won from the Daimiki Craft Corporation. There's almost no sound to this. Yeah, it's pretty small. I don't know why I bought this. I wonder if I was just trying to be like prepared to fish small fresh water. But I truly don't remember buying that. Let's see, here's some more hooks. This is so funny to me. Where did I buy these? These had to have been from Mississippi. But these are Mustad 3/0 circle inline black nickel hooks. Demon Perfect circle inline black nickel. So these would have been these came from Mississippi. You can see there's still a piece of bait on there. That's called Fishbites. I'll show you those in a second. It's my favorite bait that I've ever used. So these are the hooks that I bought. 3/0 is the size. Here's some crawfish. Another one from Korea, from Fishbite. New concept lure for all game fishing. So these look like little crawfish. You can see their claws here. Really soft plastic. Trying to pull one out, separate it. So you can kind of get a better look at the whole body. So right here, 2 hooks, his little head and his, I guess, like mandibles, I don't know what you call those, and his gun. Little body, tail. And this says the same thing as the other one. But yeah, the Fishbite. It doesn't have a name. Big Tong 40. Alrighty. And then, oh nice. This is a little spoon that looks like a salmon that they're advertising on the package. This is another one from Waterman Korean Lures, Korean fishing tackle, whatever. This is called Tiny Spoon. This was 3,000 won. And it is 3.5 grams. A nice bright orange color with silver on the back, black and red, and metallic rooster tail with a small little hook. Tiny little hook. It's got a nice little iridescence to it. Is that what it's called? Iridescence, the package? Dude, if you're a seat company, like a chair company, hit me up. I need new chairs. Badly. They're all so squeaky. And then here's the Fishbites. So it literally looks like, I'll even take it out, even though it's kind of, it doesn't smell great. Here's a small piece. It literally looks like bubble gum. It's got a mesh on the inside. You can kind of see the threads hanging out. So it's got bait on both sides, and wedged on the inside is a piece of mesh. And that's so when you put it on the hook, it goes through the mesh and it doesn't tear out very easily. So if you can reuse this, and I use about that much, and I stick it a little bit towards the top, just off center, so it hangs a little bit. And they show a couple different ways that you can, hook it up. But that's personally how I do it, and I have 2 hooks on my leader. So I got 2 pieces of bait floating around, and this is the Fishbites Easy Crab in pink, right there. My favorite bait of all time. And then here's the other one, Easy Flea, Sand Flea. So it's just a different color and a different flavor. It's like orange and tan, beige. This one wasn't working as well as the crab. So that tells me that there's less sand flea being eaten in that part of the world in Mississippi than crab. These were expensive. This was $12 a pack. But the cool thing, like you saw, is it lasts a long time. So I could probably throw that hook out that's been sitting in this box in a package that's already caught multiple fish. I could probably throw it out again, rehydrate the bait. Nice voice crack. Rehydrate the bait and catch more fish on it. And it's been sitting in here for weeks, which I think is pretty cool. And then I have some bobbers. Never used them. These are from Korea. I guess you put the line through there, and then somehow you tie it off, and then set it to whatever height you want. About 4 of them. I figured I was gonna go fishing on base at the golf course pond more than 0 times, but I never went, which is very sad. But we did go to, me and my buddy went to a gigantic lake in Korea. I don't even know what it's called, but we just took taxis and told them here, 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 here. And then we never even got a bite, so. Probably just using the completely wrong stuff. Or just was a bad lake to fish in, I don't know. But maybe I'll throw in a, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not gonna throw in a picture, sorry, I lied. But, if you're interested in my fishing adventures, follow me on Lipping Fatties with a PH on Instagram. Maybe I'll put a link to that. So I used to post a lot of fishing content with my brother on there back during the coronavirus. So I haven't posted in a while, but I'm gonna throw up my 40-pound black drum. I'm gonna throw that up there right now. So if you're interested, follow me there. Or my regular Instagram is in my About section on my channel. But yeah, I love fishing, good memories, and always a fun time, even if you don't catch anything. I just love being out on the water, specifically the ocean. That's my favorite thing to do now. And I can't wait to take you guys with me once my back is all healed up and I'm cleared to go. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. And as always, please, please, please have a good